Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Benny, a true nerd, and welcome to Aven Colony. Now, Aven Colony is basically a city builder, but it's sci-fi-ish. So, this is pretty much all my jam right here. A sci-fi city builder is all I bloody want out of life. I've had my eye on this one for quite a long time. I know I say that a lot, but this one is true. I've actually kind of had my eye on this since it was an indie game. Since then, it was picked up by Team 17, who I believe it was just published. This just came out yesterday. And, ooh, it's looked good for a long time. I've been looking forward to this. So there's a bit of a campaign mode here. Basically, yeah, we can start off on Vanar, which is a nice, simple little intro to the game. Then as you go on, of course, things get a bit harder. The next level, for example, is a desert where obviously, you know, agriculture's a little bit more difficult. Then we've got some extreme cold, and obviously things get more dangerous, and alien stuff gets introduced, and diddly-diddly-dee. But let's just start off with Vanar here. Nice, good old Vanar. Nice and simple. Let's launch a mission. And here we are. There's my nice little colony. Hello, that's Vanar. That's just the starting thing. Now my mission, create a colony that can support an Earth History Museum. And in we go, straight away. Nice, and there. That's just, I think that's just for show. What we can do? Yeah, you're just for show. You're just wandering around. Maybe just pause the game for a second. So, this should all look pretty familiar to you straight away if you're familiar with kind of city building sort of games. You know, along the bottom here, we've got all sorts of structures that we can build. Residentially stuff, resource management-y stuff. You know what? We'll get to it as it comes up. Basically, ultimately, we need to build over in mega structures an Earth History Centre. We can't just build one of those, however, because it's really expensive to build, and, you know, it has prerequisites, and requires a load of power we don't have, and also requires a load of workers we don't have. So basically, let's not worry about that for now. Let's get our colony set up. So this is our colony. Right over here. Lovely. So, this is our lander. We just arrived in this. Right now, everyone's living in it. They're not really thrilled about that, to be perfectly honest, because, yeah, it's not exactly a nice place to work. The game gives you basically, yeah, a couple of solar modules. You've got a bit of power to start off. There's power down there, for example, together with some storage modules. So we've started off with some basic materials. Basically, this game, everything's built, repaired, and upgraded with a single currency. It's nanites down here. So I've got a few of them on my inventory as well. And other than that, yeah, we've got a bit of power, a little bit of oxygen regulation. That's just a solar panel, and that is, yeah, construction drone hub. So basically, the thing that lets me build stuff. So everything gets built by little construction drones that basically just go around and building stuff within a certain radius. They've got a range, so I might need to build another one later, or kind of upgrade it to expand its range. So right now I can build anything in this range. But you can see here, obviously, there's little squares all over. Basically, hang on, if I go over into the farming interface, it's more obvious. Yeah, you can see here, basically, I can build in all of these little squares around here. This is basically my play area. And you can see, there's different materials dotted around here. There's kind of, you know, different squares are more or less appropriate for different things. But let's not worry about that for now. Let's just worry about our basics getting set up here. So, we've got plenty of food in storage, and we've got plenty of water in storage. However, it is going down over time. So as a result, we should probably, you know, get some food and water set up. And also, the kind of the colony ship in orbit, we can't actually get the camera up to look at the colony ship. It's probably in space. I'm not sure we can see it. Anyway, we'll give us little missions just to basically guide us as we're going along through this mission as well. So, first mission, please.
Welcome to your new colony. Commissioner Veronica is eager to see how you can grow this small settlement on Aven Prime. Here is your first objective.
So, build a water pump. If I do that, I get myself 13 nanites. Well, that seems perfectly reasonable because, yes, indeed, we do have spare power capacity right now. We've got a bunch of nanites to get us sorted. So, water extraction structures. I could use either an atmospheric condenser if I wanted to, yeah, spend more money, but it can just kind of create water from everywhere. That would be useful in a desert, for example, because it can generate water anywhere. However, I think right now we're good with a water pump because that looks like water right there. Assuming it's safe water, it's alien water. It's probably fine. So I could just put it down anywhere, or I could put it down somewhere with a high yield. So you can see there that it's going to generate a certain amount per hour. So that's 16.2 over there. 16. We're probably fine with this one because this one's nice and close. So, I can shove it down here. If I shove it down here, it's not going to be powered because everything needs to be hooked into the colony. So, we're going to shove that down right there, and then we're going to hook it into the colony because power is transmitted along with people by tunnels. So, I'm just going to lay down some tunnels that, again, use up some, like, nanites to cost. I think it's like, yeah, 2 nanites to go, 1 power per tunnel. So now, if I just actually start the game, my little construction drone comes out and starts building things. I can just kind of speed him up if I want to kind of get things done a little bit faster. So he just builds my tunnels, and then he also builds my water pump. Once that's built, I'll get my reward, and everyone will be happy. Speaking of happiness, let's actually look how happy everyone actually is. Because right now we have got, yeah, quite a few occupants are unhappy. Let's have a look, see. What's the problem here? Unemployment's the problem, because right now, yeah, only 5 people have jobs because there's nothing for them to do. Once the water pump's done, a few people can start working at that, which will be much, much better. So over here, go to its basic thing. Yep, 4 people have immediately been assigned to work at the water pump. There's unemployed people, so therefore they will just start working on that immediately. Pause the game here. Basically, the game goes through cycles of, like, a day is worth a season. So right now it's spring, so if we get some agriculture going, then that will be great right now. But yeah, once this day is over, the next day will be summer, then there'll be autumn, then there'll be winter. Winter, obviously, solar power doesn't work so well, agriculture doesn't work so well. Basically, have a bit of stuff kind of saved up, ready for winter. But we've got this, I just love how it looks. Love it. Also look how you can zoom right in and you can speak to people. Hello!
Happy to be part of your colony, Governor.
And they're also happy as well.
Hey, Governor, just wanted to let you know I'm happy to be here.
Okay, that's just slightly brown-nosing, to be honest. So anyway, we've now got water. There's a bit of a weird thing with the UI, by the way, which is even though we've got that and it's powered, it's not currently pumping because it's not currently needed. Buildings that aren't needed don't bother doing things. So, like, the water situation still says it's actually, like, losing 2. And is technically losing 2 because we're not bothering to produce yet. But if we needed it, we would do. So I'm just going to say it's fine for now. But yeah, it's a little bit of an odd UI because it still looks like you're doing something wrong in water. But this water pump is basically ready to go. I think actually if I turn it into idle, if I put that into idle, does that actually save me a bit of... No, it doesn't actually save me any energy because it's still being powered whether it's idle. So I may as well just say pump up to 16 per colonist. So if the level of water ever goes below number of colonists, which I believe is 16 right now, times by 16, then at that point it will pump until it's back at that level. So as long as we can always keep up with that, that'll be fine for now. We can always just build some more water pumps or whatever. So we've got some basic water down, which is good. And we've still got spare kind of capacity in terms of electricity. We've still got spare capacity in terms of nanites. Food is probably the next big problem there. Because yeah, right now we've got low food variety. Food quality is marginal and we've got no food producing structures. So pretty much we're just eating into our supplies, which is fine for now. We should probably sort it out, however. And I'm going to guess my next mission is probably exactly that.
Your colony could benefit from a higher level of food output.
Yep, I would guess so indeed. So build a farm somewhere and we will actually get some potash. What's potash? Potassium-rich salt that serves as an excellent fertilizer. Okay, that's probably useful then. And also, she'll give me a few extra nanites. This is just a good way of getting nanites nice and early in the game. So, let's get some farms going on here. Farming structures, just a basic farm. We could go for a greenhouse. Grows food for crops, can grow crops at 50% efficiency in winter. So... Oh yeah, it's way more expensive. Okay, so if I want to, I could just straight away go for the thing that requires kind of, you know, more upfront cost. I like the fact this game doesn't, like, hold your hand and insist you do it its way. Like, if you want to, you can basically skip straight up to more advanced tech, but, you know, you're just having to accept that, therefore, you're going to have to spend more money to do it. But let's not worry about that for now. It's still spring. We've got plenty of time to do some actual kind of gathering of food. Let's just get a basic farm going on here. Now, what I also like, by the way, is you can actually specify which crops you want to grow. And, of course, different crops on different ground, different climates, etc. work differently. So if I switch between this and then corn, and apparently this is a good environment for melons to be grown. Or also quinoa, if we want to set up a hipster colony. Marvellous. Or some rice. So, how about we all just eat some delicious, delicious melons? At this point, from now on, basically, we're eating nothing but melons, people. So that seems reasonable. So I can actually kind of hover over here and it tells me how many melons I can grow per hour, though I can grow none in winter. Is there anything that's willing to grow in winter? Let's just check if anything will grow in winter. No, nothing will grow in winter because this is a farm, so I think nothing grows in winter. There's also these down here. These down here are blocked out because they're inedible. I can't just kind of pick them, just, you know, wash them and eat them straight away. These need to be processed. So therefore I would need, hang on, what do I need? A mill or a chemical plant. So I'd need to invest in more infrastructure. So let's not start with that. Let's just start off with building a nice melon farm. And it looks like, I swear I saw a 6. There we are, 6.6 melons per hour. That's a lot of melons. So we'll just shove that down there. And we'll also just build a little path to get that back over to here. And everyone should be happy with that. Start time ticking along. And my construction drones go and take care of that. So my nanites are ticking down. And right now I'm not actually gaining any new ones. But I can't really rely on missions forever. So I should probably start getting some new nanites in. Nanites you get in basically by mining. So I'm going to need iron or copper mines to extract some metals. Now, I think we've conveniently got ourselves, that is copper, right flipping there. Well, isn't that just bloody convenient because this is the first mission, so, you know, I probably shouldn't be too surprised. So what I'm going to do is, at this point, probably I ought to do that next. So, remind me, where is the mining? Lovely. So I could go for that's a nanite processor. Ooh, okay, manufactures nanites. So I'm going to need a nanite processor if I want more nanites.
Hello, Governor. I wanted to remind you that the mission objectives from my team are here only to guide you. While several of these objectives are necessary in order to complete your mission, your first priority should be the safety of your colony. As an experienced colony governor, we trust your judgment, and I urge you to take your time and put your colonists ahead of your mission. Good luck.
I like the fact this game's very hands-off, and it's just like, you know what, you just do what you want. You just do you, it's fine. So just pause time for just a second, and suddenly we've got ourselves a nice outside melon farm. Now, at this point, we're probably starting to think about production and jobs. So we've got, okay, fine. We still have some spare people, but for the time being, yeah, we've actually got employment is starting to go up and up and up. So we're running out of people who don't have a job. So right now, every building is fully occupied, but as I start building more things, we're going to sooner or later require more people, and I imagine when we build this mine, that'll be the end of that, because, yeah, a mine requires 10 workers, and also requires 10 power, so we'll need a bit more extra power. That's fine. It's probably a good idea to get that mine into production right now, because the ability to produce new nanites will mean, obviously, we can build more stuff without relying on new missions constantly showing up. So, let's just build ourselves a mine right flipping here. And I'm also just going to build some extra tunnels. And the reason I'm going to build those extra tunnels is because some people don't like commuting from where they live to where they work and passing for other buildings. They like to have, like, tunnels all the way. So you're just going to get on with that right now, and that's probably going to put us into an energy deficit. So what I also want is a wind turbine up to 6 power, but very, very cheap. Up to 8 power, or I could go up to geothermal generator. Geothermal generator produces quite a lot of flipping power, generates up to 200 power. Now, the other reason you want to build that is because geothermal vents are really, really good, but will occasionally emit clouds of deadly hydrogen sulfide. So probably we want to get rid of those, because the thing about oxygen is, where is the oxygen management? Oxygen. There it is. Air management. Kind of hidden away. You'd think that would be more obvious. Yeah, you can just build basic crappy intake fans. And while that kind of is extremely cheap and produces air nice and quickly, it creates the small problem that, yeah, if there's kind of, you know, a big cloud of poisonous gas, it gets kind of sucked and it's bad for everyone's health. So, if I could cover up the geothermal vents, then that would actually be much better. So what I'm therefore going to do right now is cover that up and also simultaneously solve my electricity problem. So, boom, and we're just going to need a few extra tunnels as well. Lovely. So at this point, we're kind of eating through our supply of nanites pretty bloody quickly, but I'd still say it's probably worth it. At some point, we should also consider, yeah, actually improving the habitations, because right now, this is low-quality housing, and no one really likes that housing. But this is going to produce basically all the power we need for a long time, because right now we're over capacity. So the building that flashes red is the one that won't activate, and it's basically done by, as I understand it, distance from power. The closer buildings get powered first. Now, at this point... yes. The copper mine also currently only has one person working on it. Let's just get the power situation resolved for a second. Speed up time just to get that done. Yeah, there's no time limits. It's a very relaxing game, which I like. It's a very, very relaxing game indeed. So, right now, we've got ourselves power for days. And we've got plenty of power to last pretty much forever. Well, not forever, but you know what? For the time being. But the thing is, now, all of these buildings are under-occupied, because people try and distribute themselves, like, fairly intelligently. But in the event that there's, you know, basically not enough people to go around, they'll just distribute themselves evenly. So every single building is about, what? 40% manned, and as a result, every single building is about 40% efficiency, though some buildings are better at being efficient than others. So this farm happens to be at, yeah, pretty much efficiency seems to be a direct function of how many people are working there, so 60% efficiency for 60% of workers. Now, what I probably want to do, therefore, is say, okay, what needs kind of work more than anything else? So right now, the water pump probably doesn't need that many people, because right now we're not even pumping the damn thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the overlay mode and look at the employment overview, which shows me where are people living and where are they working. So what I probably want to do now, therefore, is go over to the water pump, and this little briefcase, I'm going to set this building to be low priority. Attempt to discourage colonists from working here beyond the minimum number of workers required. It literally can't go below 2. Fine. So you need a certain base number of people to actually work a certain thing. How about the farm? Can I slightly get that down? Yeah, 2 is the minimum, but we'll keep the farm going for the time being. The geothermal place, however, can definitely go a little bit down. So really, all I need here is more people. Because, yeah, right now we've got 100% employed, but only 47% of jobs filled. And we've got water coming in, plenty of water, and we've got plenty of melons coming in as well. Because if I look at my food situation right now, then as a result, yep, we have got plenty of lovely, lovely melons coming in. So, yeah, we're already up to 191 melons picked. So we've got plenty of melons flying in here. So while we're getting for our rice, we've got plenty of ration packs, plenty of flipping melons, no need to impose, like, you know, rationing or anything. I think we're absolutely fine for the time being. So what we need to do now is get more people into the colony. Let's just turn all this off for the time being. So, if we want to get more people into the colony, we're going to need to let them come down here from the colony ship, where I guess they're being, like, woken out of cryo sleep or whatever. So, let's get some people in here. Spaceport building! So, Immigration Center allows new colonists to immigrate from the colony ship. Also allows dissatisfied colonists to leave if immigration allowed is enabled. I see no reason why not. Trade hub supports trade with the orbiting colony. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's just get some people down here. So I'd say these guys can just pretty much go to... Yeah, this seems like a nice little spot right here. They can kind of arrive right here. That's lovely. So get that into production. And while it's actually being built, I think I've got more than one... What have I actually got in terms of the drones? I'm not sure if I've got more than one drone. I think I've got more than one drone. Now, obviously, we're already at capacity in terms of the Prometheus lander. That's already 16 out of 16. So I'm going to need new housing as well. So let's get a really, really nice habitat. So 32 nanites to build. Yeah, we've got a basic outpost, or we could go for something nice. Let's go for something a bit nicer that can be upgraded. If somebody's got tier 1, that means later I can upgrade it, which will be easier to make it bigger if need be. So we're going to have that over... Can't put that here. I'd like to put it kind of centrally, if you can. It would be nice for it to be central, because if it's central, people can walk to all the jobs nice and easily. So this is kind of a bit on one side. So let's actually put it more like... over... If I put it here... Let's put it about here. Here seems reasonable. So we're going to build a nice new centre for people to live in over here. But I suspect people aren't going to want to immigrate. Oh, we've already got a flipping dropship descending. There's nowhere for you to live, you bastards. It's fine. Yeah, right now. Oh, the immigration centre's only got one person working on it. So we've already got more people coming in. They've got nowhere to live right now, so they're probably not going to be happy. We are literally building a new place for you to live right now. So, dropship is indeed descending. New people, they really should have asked whether we were ready for them. We're not quite ready for them yet. We're making a surplus of food, which is good. The water situation is going down, but it's fine. We're just building you. I like the little animation while they're being built. I like the construction drone. We're basically 3D printing buildings. This is sci-fi future, damn it, I like it. Right, so you are unloading the dropship. 3 new colonists per trip, so we're about to gain 3 new colonists. That's fine. We can actually kind of afford to have quite a few new colonists showing up here. And now the dropship is loading up, so I guess they're... What are you loading? Maybe fuel. Maybe they need to refuel or something. We've now got ourselves a really, really nice thing here. Habitats, 3 out of 36. So, the 3 people that just arrived have presumably started living here. 4, I suspect people have started abandoning the old lander. Yeah, I think people have decided they want to move into these apartments instead. Unsurprising, it's a nicer place. This should basically be overflow only because it's not really a nice place, to be perfectly honest. So now everyone is going to live here and be happier as a direct result, because this is a much nicer little block of flats they can all live in. Bye-bye ship, I imagine that will be going away and more people will be arriving. But that's fine, we've now got more people coming in. We're now up to population of... 16 colonists for now. Possibly the new colonists don't count just yet because they haven't actually joined in yet. And we've also got our first sight of little aliens, because yeah, there are aliens in this game. As I understand it, they're going to eventually do bad things. They're fine for now. Hello, what are you? You're a cargo pod. This is a cargo pod jettisoned from an orbiting colony ship. The construction drone can acquire it if need be. Ah, they're dropping off stuff for us. Are you actually in range of that? No, you're not. Right, you dropped it in just not quite the right place. Fine. If we build a new one, that'll be fine then. So, what have we got here? 3 immigrants. Got it. So, we should be going up to Yeah, population is still 16 for the time being. Winter approaches. Impaired power generation and food cultivation. That's fine. We've got plenty of power. Though actually, what we do need to do potentially in terms of power is, right now, we're just using it as it's actually coming along. If we were to build a battery, then as a result, yeah, that just absorbs power and doesn't seem to actually need to do anything. So let's just shove that down next to, yeah, next to the power thing. That seems reasonable. So now we're going to have ourselves a new battery over there. So now while we're producing surplus energy, it absorbs energy. Then during winter, if bad things happen, because right now it is autumn or fall. Bloody hell, I need to put this game into UK mode. Yeah, right now, because it's autumn, we're gaining surplus power. Though actually, I imagine this thing will work fine during winter. I guess it's mainly if you're really dependent on solar power, the winter's a bad thing. But I'm guessing geothermal keeps working in winter. But just in case we do have a problem, or an explosion, or something. Yes, I know it's getting a bit cold. The game very clearly warns that winter is indeed coming. Now, this thing should... Yeah, this thing should now basically start just storing up 10 units of power. This produces... 80 electricity. Wait, how long? Okay, how much do you... Let's go over to you. How much do you absorb electricity? Using 18 electricity per watt. Okay, not sure. Anyway, we've got more people coming in right now. Now we have got 3 immigrants inbound. Beautiful. So now we have got you coming in. So momentarily, our population should jump. I'm not sure what that first trip was. Possibly the first trip was just them coming down to check everything was ready. I'm not sure. Hopefully they were satisfied. We built some really nice little block of flats for them right here. Especially whoever gets this, you know, I think I'd like to think I get the penthouse apartment up there. So, that's nice. And now this mine should actually be getting better, because if we get new people in, then as a result, the mine can start gathering more and more things. Now we've got the mine, however, we need to start doing something with those materials. So, let's actually go over to that. Mining. Because we're producing mines. I could have gone for a laser mine, by the way, which mines much faster, but also, like, destroys some of the minerals, because there's finite resources. So let's also get a nanite processor. So that means I can actually convert all of this bloody copper and whatever into nanites, because my nanite count's getting a bit on the low side, so we should definitely prioritize that next. And when I lay it down, you can see basically like where people are commuting from, because you want people to not have long commutes, to be honest. So let's actually shove that down right here, because then it'll be close by to the mine. Actually, this would be fine. Let's shove it down here, then it's kind of close by to the mine as well. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but I'd like to think it will. Yeah, the LR is aware that, oh, we've got lightning coming in. That might cause trouble. Let's actually put it right here. I'm going to assume we're going to turn off at night. So, I know you can deal with lightning. Lightning with... where's the lightning thing? There's some form of lightning thing I can do. There we are. Lightning tower. Requires 1 power, and the lightning tower protects the colony from lightning strikes in a radius around the building. Transfers the electricity to energy batteries. It's kind of cool. And also plasma turrets. We can't build that yet. We don't have any research going on. Right now, we're just kind of, you know, we're working on the basics right now. As soon as this thing's working, and as soon as we get a few more colonists, and there we are indeed up to 19 now. So, but we've certainly got 50% of jobs filled. So we could ideally do with, like, you know, some more people arriving. We can't upgrade this building, however. So maybe we should actually have a second one, just to encourage more people to, like, you know, come a bit more quickly. My storage is fine. I don't need to build any more storage, because, yeah, my storage capacity is about 58% of total. So that's fine. Air quality is... Ooh. Air quality has dropped to 95%. Right, we'll need to keep an eye on that, because it might well be we need to build a new thing to get some new oxygen in. Everything seems fine for now. Now, that is now... producing. Now we've got plenty of copper coming in. So now the copper can be used to create the nanites. So nanites are now 55 and goes up to 56. So we've got plenty of copper coming in and plenty of nanites coming out. So now as a result we've got a slow little gain going on. I could build more of that, or I could just upgrade it to make it, what would that actually do? 58% faster conversion of 8 nanites. Yes, let's upgrade that immediately. So drones, just go over there and let's straight away make that a bit better. Because why not? Because it just gets a fairly fast upgrade. So, problems we've got now at this particular moment in time. We've got power. We've got ourselves nanites coming in, and soon they're going to be coming in faster. Water supply is going down, but we have a water pump that's not even activated yet right now, so it's going to be fine. And we've got ourselves food. Food variety is marginal. Fine. So we could do with a bit more variety in our food. That seems reasonable. As soon as winter's over, what I'll probably do is I'll build us a new type of food. Actually, you know what? Let's actually get some food in during winter. So 21 nanites in order to build... Ooh, my nanite's getting a bit low. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's just look at the mission instead.
We have some thoughts on how to best expand your colony.
Need a wind turbine. Honestly, I feel like that would be unnecessary, but if you're going to give me 4 nanites for it, and 13 quinoa so we can make ourselves some hipster food, yeah, sure. I'd say why not. That only costs... Yeah, it costs 9. You're going to give me half of the cost back, so... Screw it. Let's just get a little bit of extra going in here. We can just kind of squeeze it in right here. So why not? You just get on with that. Just for the food variety, that's probably worth it. I'll probably build like another farm up here. Like, this is going to be the farming district, which is going to be very, very nice indeed. So that's fine. We're building that now. That will take barely any time at all. Let's just check the situation here is fine. Yeah, the habitat is now getting more and more occupied. Some people are choosing to live in the Prometheus lander. They don't need to be perfectly honest. They just are. Speaking of which, let's just check if anyone's actually got any problems here. So, colony control panel. Let's go over to colonists. Arranged by morale. So the least happy person here has 72 morale, health 100. So everyone's fine. No one's taken any knocks to their health. And yep, morale is looking good. And he has got freedom and purpose, so he's okay for the time being. So right now, everyone's happy. And I can also look at the kind of the colonist overlay for happiness to see whether there's any building that people are unhappy about. Because say if I, like, you know, built a massive tunnel over to, like, some resources over here, then the people working at this building will probably be unhappy because they'd have to commute ages. So as a result, I'd probably want to, like, give those guys a new small place to live over here so they could have a shorter commute because they don't like walking too long. Now, a reward available!
Your progress is satisfactory. I've been authorized to provide your colony with a small reward. Choose wisely.
Okay, so I can choose 30 nanites, 120 rice, or 120 quinoa. I'll go for the nanites, because, yeah, it's better off than I actually kind of, you know, build my own stuff. And I'm guessing she's been like the colony ship or whatever. Right, we'll have that. Thank you very, very much indeed. So straight up to 108 there. What else have we got? Yeah, you got electricity, what's producing it, and what's kind of absorbing it, and stuff. And air quality as well. Right now it's all absolutely fine, though it's slowly going down over time just because there's more new people and stuff. Fine. Resource views, like where resources are going and where they're being produced and whatever. Housing, where that is and how good it is. I like the overlays. Basically, any game with an overlay, that makes me happy, yes. But let's have a look, see what else we've got on here. Ah, we're in spring, aren't we? Yes, as we're in spring, let's get ourselves a nice tier 2 farm up. So I'm going to guess that actually produces, like, more good quality stuff. So we've got melons. Let's see what else we can actually produce relatively efficiently. Over on this side, this looks like this would work. 6.6, yeah. 6.6 right here. I can come out of that. That's, oh no. If I shove that there, that's going to kind of potentially kind of clash with the farm I've already got. So we want kind of something in this sort of space. So what can we produce here that's good? So yeah, just a tier 2 farm, absolutely. Here we are, right here, 6.4 rice per hour, 0 in winter. Right, shove that down, give those guys a new tunnel so people can actually get to it, and that over there can be our nice farming district. So we've now got ourselves brand new farming. So I'm not going to bother with greenhouses yet, they're a bit kind of expensive. Instead, we're just going to stockpile food during spring and summer, and then we shall just eat rice and melons during the winter. And, you know, rice with melons, rice, melon risotto, melons stuffed full of rice, all that good stuff. So, we're up to, yeah, 22 population, and more people coming in right now. 3 immigrants inbound, beautiful. So we've got plenty of spare capacity, everything's fine. If you want to keep an eye on it, by the way, we can look at the statistics screen. So yeah, we can have housing capacity and total colonists. So housing capacity right now is up at 52, total colonists has just jumped to 25. So we've got plenty of spare capacity for the time being. I just love a game with charts. This game's got charts in it. I'm thrilled there's charts. Right, you've got a new mission. What's that then?
Your colony could benefit from more residential space.
It really couldn't, but you're willing to give me candy if I do. I don't need an outpost. I'm fine. I've got a really nice habitat. We don't need an outpost right now. So I'm going to ignore that mission entirely. Instead, I'm just going to have a little look-see around at what are the resources we've got going on here. Because we have got Zorium. Zorium, that sounds fun. Or iron over here. More iron over here. If I was to upgrade this... yeah, if I upgrade this to rank 2, 12 nanites. And let's just check on this one. Drone management system. What does rank 2 of this do? I don't actually know. You know what? Let's upgrade it anyway. It's 12. It's probably a good thing to get upgrading. So the construction drone is now upgrading itself. And if I'm lucky, the range will go up. So we'll immediately go and pick up this thing that was dropped from orbit. So that's lovely. There's our rice fields. Lovely. There's our good old rice field. So the rice is now growing very, very nicely indeed. Right next to all these lovely, lovely melons. So I can show the range here. No, sadly the range is just the same. So I'm not even sure what difference that made. But it's okay. We basically need more people right now because, yeah, we don't actually have enough people to fill all the jobs I've got. So everything's working at partial efficiency. Yeah, jobs filled is currently floating at 51%. So we need more people joining this colony, like, sooner rather than later. So what I'm going to do is probably actually consider shoving down a new spaceport building if I can. Going to find a good space for it, however. I've kind of actually blocked away this path by building this here, which is a bit of a mistake in some ways. Because, yeah, at this point, oh, I'm liking how fast we're synthesizing. Actually, we're synthesizing a bit too fast, unfortunately, because we're running out of copper. So as we're running out of copper, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to increase the priority of this thing. So now more people are going to start working there, and less people are going to start working elsewhere. So now the mining rate has jumped up to 0.96 per hour. So as a result, have we actually stabilized here? Yes, actually, looks like we have now stabilized. So now the amount of spare copper is... not quite, but broadly it's still hovering about 5. So we've kind of stabilised that by increasing the number of people working at the copper mine. But clearly, we need more capacity. So what I'm going to do now is probably shove down a new mine. So I'll just shove down a new copper mine over there. And we could also... actually, we could upgrade this mine. Let's get this mine upgraded. So let's upgrade it in order to get the mining rate up. Yes, that's only 12 nanites. Boom. Do that. And a new mine, tier 2, over here. Lovely. We'll get that down, though admittedly there is going to be the small problem. This is going to be quite a walk for some people, but that's okay. Let's just kind of... what's the right way to do this? Kind of want to leave space so I can get... actually, it's fine. We'll just kind of do this round here to here, and then some more round here. There we go. So now people should be able to... that's not too long a walk. It's a little bit of a long walk, but I'm sure it's fine. So now my drones can just quietly crack on with that. That should now be plenty of minerals coming in. And then if I need to, I can just basically further increase the number of people working at the nanite processor in order to increase the rate if the amount of copper starts jumping up. But it should be fine. Now that this thing is upgraded, yeah, mining rate 1.10 per hour. Yeah, the amount of copper now is nice and steady. Lovely, because it's now going up about as fast as we're synthesizing it. So we've got into a nice equilibrium here. We've still got spare power. We've got plenty of food coming in, so we can afford loads more people. We've got loads of space. We can start expanding the colony pretty quickly at this point, because we're gaining nanites nice and fast. Time to start thinking about what our long-term goal is, however. So, our long-term goal to win this map is we need this Earth History Center. So we need 360 nanites to fund that, and we're going to need a research center, and we need a ton of power. Power's not too bad. I feel like the power situation is under control. What we are going to need, however, is... yeah, the research center, and we're going to need nanites as well. And the game's flashing a warning at me. Insufficient power. Really? You sure we have insufficient power? It's looking to me like we've got plenty of power. I think it might have been because this place isn't producing its full capacity. Is that the problem here? Because, yeah, I suspect we've got 148 power by... that's supplying 100 power. We should have enough power, and there should also be spare power over here. Yeah, possibly we just had a momentary flicker in the grid there. I think we're alright. Let's get that a little bit upgraded just in case. I feel like we're fine, but just in case, plus 60 max power, you go and upgrade that. That's plenty cheap enough. So, the main thing we're going to be needing is, yeah, next thing's next, we need a research center. Well, that's fine. Let's go and build ourselves. But be careful. Don't just build it there, because if you build it there, then we're kind of blocking out the tunnels from expanding. So what I probably want to do instead is... this looks like a nice spot for it. In come more colonists. Let's just build ourselves some nice tunnels going up this way. And then, after that, yeah, we could have ourselves a nice research center, tier 1, right here. Artifact containment unit. No need to go doing that just yet. So, we've got this here. Lovely. And we could also have ourselves... people could get to that... if people work here, having the tunnel here, I don't think would really save them any time. Though, you know what? Why not? Let's just actually have them have an extra option to get around to that from here if they want to walk that way. Lovely. So, we're now going to be building ourselves a construction thing. That's going to take up a little bit of power. But yeah, our power is now going way, way, way up. And this is absolutely fine. So as a result now, the energy battery should start storing a lot. Because, yeah, we should have a lot of spare capacity flying over here. Now, we've got loads of food coming in. We've got absolutely tons of food. In fact, if anything, storage is probably starting to get full up. Yeah, because we're producing so much food, we're trying to store it. We're going to run out of storage space sooner or later. Let's get ourselves some new storage going on. Storage depot tier 1. Yeah, that's good. Then we can just start upgrading it. We've also got mills here. Okay, using advanced nanotechnology to manufacture solid foods from raw ingredients. Ah, including inedible crops. Fine, that's probably a thing we want to think about. And also a chemical plant over here. So, manufacturing corn syrup, soda. Oh, if we want to make our kind of settlers incredibly unhealthy. Fine, maybe not actually. Storage depot, tier 1. This is quite a big building, mind. But yeah, just storing that over here. This seems like a reasonable place to shove some storage, as we've got this path right here. Shove that down, get that into production next. But that's just been queued up. It looks like everyone's working on this. When you're working on something, everyone works on it, and a research centre takes a little bit of time to do. If I wanted to, I could set this to high, and then they build that first. This game does everything right. As a city builder, there's loads of charts and diagrams and options and visualization things, and, you know, you can set things as high or low priority, or buildings as high or low priority. This is just what I want out of a city builder. Speaking of which, how's our copper supply? Good. Our copper supply is now going up. Which probably means, actually, we're not currently in a position to upgrade that further. We can't upgrade it further. Fine. So if anything, we might want to consider a secondary conversion thing at some point, just for the sake of converting all our copper into nanites faster. Especially now we've got, yeah, we've got a tier 2 mine over here. But it's very, very badly stocked. This one's fine. This one's producing 1.11 an hour. This one's only producing 0.37 because it's so undermanned, because we just desperately need more colonists. Fine. The colonist situation has got more serious. If I can, I'd like to. That's blocked. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have these two things side by side. Very few people are going to work at this little depot. So I'm going to build this over here. Then, I think, like, they can't be right next to each other. Let's get a new spaceport built here. Is this acceptable? This is blocked. Blocked. I think possibly one of these squares isn't allowed. So, I could build it here. Let's just build it here. And then build a new thing. Here, there we go. I think there's... This rock, apparently, is a problem. Fine. That rock is a problem for whatever reason. What I might want to do is... I'm going to build a tunnel here. Just so there's actually a tunnel connecting the flats to the spaceport. So anyone who's living here can just walk straight to the spaceport. So now we've got 2 spaceports, so we're going to double the rate people are arriving, which is fine. Because right now, yeah, we do still have this slight problem of jobs filled is just hovering in. In fact, actually, it's dropping. We're creating jobs faster than we're getting people in, so I need to get people into this colony faster. Because the food situation, okay, it looks like it's going down now. We've got excellent food variety. Excellent. Everyone is loving their melons stuffed with rice and occasionally rice stuffed with melons, which is pretty much all we serve them. But apparently it's fine, because we've got plenty in our storage. If we kind of look into our storage amounts. So we've got ration packs for now, but those are running out. The reason people are happy is because right now we've got a few little extras. Like, we've got a little bit of candy, and we've got, like, you know, the melons are there, and we've got a little bit of quinoa we were given as a gift. But to be honest, like, once the quinoa and the candy and the ration packs run out, the kind of variety of food's going to be a lot lower. So people are going to be a lot kind of sadder about this whole situation. So that's absolutely fine. All we need to do now is... Oh, yeah. Here we go. So you're coming in right now. 3 new colonists per trip. Okay, yeah, so the first trip doesn't actually produce any colonists. They just kind of show up for fun. But now we've got 2 spaceports. We can double the rate people are going down. We can also just zoom in, have a little look see how people are doing.
Hey there, Governor. Really enjoying it down here.
Hello, Governor. Happy to be part of your colony, Governor.
Hi, boss.
Everyone is so happy to be here. I love it. Right, so let's just actually check in with people here. So right now we've actually got the population is going up. Population up to 44. Let's just check colony morale here. Go over to our colonists, arrange them by morale. 66. You're the least happy person. Right. Why are you the least happy person? You have got... You're a little bit upset about the food. So right now, probably because the food quality is marginal. Crowding, you're a little bit concerned about crowding. Maybe a tiny bit about crime, tiny bit about air quality. Okay. How is air quality right now? Down to 81%. Okay. You know what? That's fair. Air quality ought to be improved. So we've kind of reduced the risk of terrifying poison gas being released over here. So as a result, we should probably get ourselves a brand new thing in. So we can spend big money on an air filter, which basically makes things safe. Or we can just have an intake fan, which is a lot cheaper and also requires fewer workers and a lot less power. But yeah, kind of, there's a slight risk of poison gas, but I think we've kind of mitigated that just slightly. Let's just get that over to here. Right. New one of you down there. Construction drones, go and build that. That should help out the air quality situation, because right now we've only got 1 oxygen regulator. As soon as this is done, however, I'd like to think, let's just speed that up for a second. Lovely, that's now built. Now, I'm hoping, as a result, that increases plus 3.8 air quality. So I'm hoping air quality will now start going up. That'll have a positive impact. Yeah, we've got the oxygen regulator module there, plus 1.6, plus 3.8. We could just upgrade this straight away. You know what? Why not? Just upgrade that, plus 30% air quality. So, tier 1 plus 15 air. Hopefully, morale is looking good here. Yep, everything's fine. Actually, possibly part of the problem might well be over here. Ah, no one's really working here. You know what? That should probably be a slightly higher priority. So that goes up to 3 people working here, but obviously they're now not working somewhere else. But we should be getting people in nice and fast right now. Dropships are coming in, so we've now got 2 shuttles coming in simultaneously. Fine. And, okay, fine. You know what? I'll build you a bloody outpost because, oh, hello, we've also got immigration vessels coming in. Low food. 8.4 food per colonist. Ah, you know what? That's absolutely fine. The Commissioner has made a resupply pod available in order to assist with your colony's current... There's not a crisis. It's not a crisis. We've been growing food specifically ready for this eventuality. It's fine, okay? So, to summon it, locate one of the green glowing beacons near the colony's location and press the summon button. The pod will be parachuted down. I think it's fine. I think we are seriously so okay. But alright, fine, if you're going to be fussy about it, I guess we'll have, you know, some free food. There we are. But, like, we're into spring now. Now the food will start growing again. Though, you're probably right. The population is growing really, really fast right now. We should probably get ourselves... Yeah, the water situation's going back up. So right now, because finally we've got enough people moving in, the water pump's actually doing something. Let's actually give you an outpost. You want an outpost? Fine. You know what? You can have a flipping outpost. We'll just shove it like... Actually, you know what? Right now everyone lives on this side of the colony. Let's actually put an outpost out here, because this outpost can provide workers to these buildings. And this is just a nice little spot right here. So you can be in the residential area. So go over there, take care of that. Now people working in this mine can have a shorter commute because they can go over to this little outpost. And we should hopefully get ourselves something there. But yeah, I think I do need more food. So... more food, good idea. Also, we've got plenty of nanites right now. Let's build a greenhouse. Let's just build a greenhouse over here. Now, what should we produce? Does soil... I guess soil quality still does matter. So, let's go for corn. Corn seems good. So this over here is going to produce 6 corn, including 3 in the winter. Boom. So that's going to be some extra food right there. Let's just get this actually hooked into the network. There we go. Some more corn over there. So now we're going to have corn, we're going to have rice, we're going to have melons. And that's also going to provide a little bit of food during winter, which should avoid a crisis. So you know what? Fine. I'm going to summon that because why not, eh? Because if you're going to give me free food to help out with the crisis, I see no reason why not. Good. Now, with that little outpost built, and apparently loads of people have moved over there. Ah, possibly some people moved over there, but actually... Ooh, possibly we were kind of close to capacity in terms of habitation I was expecting. Okay, I need to keep an eye on that. Now we're getting like 6 people, like every time there's a drop in. Oh, no, never mind. I thought we were in trouble there, but no. No, it's just a drop of supplies. It's all good. Yeah, I need to keep an eye on the accommodation, because the accommodation situation is 76% of housing filled. Okay, keep an eye on that, potentially build some more housing. Actually, you know what? Let's just upgrade this, because that's an extra 18 inhabitants. It's only 20 nanites. You go and upgrade that. The storage depot is currently fine, in fact. I could... yeah, storage is actually really fine. We're only using 22% of storage, because this is a big dedicated storage depot. So that's absolutely 100% fine. Energy situation is actually... Okay, power supply will only be 185. Ah, that might be why we had the energy crisis. It might have been during winter. Right, so potentially I need to go and find a new source of energy. So we've got, what would be a good place to expand into over here? We've got some supplies dropped from orbit over here, including some soda. They just dropped some soda. We've got some new materials over here. What are other options for power, by the way? Let's look at what our other options are. Also, apparently we're still losing food. Okay, we shouldn't be losing food when we've actually got... Yeah, that's not good. We're growing a little bit fast. Maybe we just need to get some more flipping also. Ah! That's probably why. It's because I've got everyone working in the mines, so no one's working in the bloody thing. Right, okay. How much... Which one of you is the more efficient? I think you're pretty efficient, aren't you? Yeah, this farm's really efficient. Let's just get that. Slightly higher priority, please. So that will be... There we are. We're now into a slight surplus of food. So if I just kind of slap down more farms, it doesn't help if we don't actually have the people to work in those farms. But, new mission as well.
Your colony could benefit from increased storage capacity.
It really couldn't. I promise you. It couldn't in the slightest. We're at 22% capacity right now. I don't need to waste the resources on that. Now, how's the O2 situation? Average air quality 80%. Okay. Possibly that's just a function of the air that's actually in the local area. I'm not sure. We'll need to look into that later. But what we really need is... yeah, probably everything's under control right now. What I need to do right now instead is just focus on the nanites going up. Now, if I want nanites going up, I'm going to be needing Zorium, over here some iron. Alternatively, actually, over in this direction, let's just go over to the resource map. Because the resource map will show you where there are actual resources that are worth looking into. Over here, right, so there's a load of resources, a bundle of resources down in this direction. We've also got over here, a little one over here together with a ton of water. We've got, that's already being mined, and then we've also got more power in terms of geothermal over there. But I'd say expanding in this direction towards a brand new bunch of mines, creating a mining district over here, strikes me as the right way to do this. Yeah, let's get over here, because then we've got ourselves potash, which can be used as fertilizers to grow. Okay. Yeah, getting a bunch of potash to get the food production up, that strikes me as useful. And Zorium, what do we need Zorium for exactly? Okay, nothing's particularly obvious in the buildings, but I suspect now we go over to the research. Oh, blimey. There's loads of people working in the research centre and they're not researching anything. Right, that'd be a bit of a waste. Right, so we need to actually give them some stuff to research. Got it. So we need to discover recipes, and once we've discovered them, we still need to be able to produce them. So this little drink here is increasing health slightly and also increasing happiness, but we need a dispensary to hand it out, and we'd also need to be growing those two alien crops to produce it, and we need a chemical plant to actually produce it. So, let's not focus on that right now. Including producing what seems to be, yeah, dangerous alien foods that increase happiness quite significantly, but damage health. So basically, alien drugs. You know what, let's just get a bit more food variety going on here. Entari oatmeal. So if we start growing some Entari, then Entari oatmeal at a mill can be produced. Probably a mill is not the worst thing in the world. Let's just get some various stuff going on here. So, get time ticking along. Fine. They now all start working here. But I'm going to be honest. Let's just deprioritize this, please. So, down to 10% efficiency. I don't think we need to kind of rush that at all. Because I don't think we kind of need those foods in a hurry. Instead, let's get everything else being produced quick as you like. There we are. I think some people have just started working in the farms instead. Good. Everyone else is now working in the farms, which is marvellously good news. But absolutely, we should now focus on getting in as more and more people bloody arrive. Yeah, let's expand in this direction. We're going to need to give them jobs, and the jobs can be mining. So, I know where I want to expand, and we will be cracking on a little bit more with this tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, because, ooh, this Aven Colony business, yeah, this is my cup of tea. I'm enjoying this. This is just my sort of thing. So, at the bare minimum, I want to finish this first scenario, build out my colony, build that lovely little museum of Earth or whatever it is. So, that is coming tomorrow. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Aven Colony. Very, very good indeed. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech. They're mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.